Right, are we good? Are we live? I think we are. Hello all and welcome back to the Football Chat Live. Tonight we are back with more action from the UEFA Champions League. It's Manchester City versus RB Leipzig. I think I've accidentally left the intro music playing. I have indeed. There we go. That's paused now. Bit of a scuff start, but that's what we expect when it's just me in the studio. But yeah, Champions League football back tonight. Gotta love a Champions League night. We've got Manchester City versus Leipzig as the game we'll be focusing on, and Porto versus Inter as the other match. So yeah, two games that should offer quite interesting spectacles. I have forgot to put the aggregate scorelines on as well. So again, this is what you're expect when it's just me here. But yeah, I will add those now and then I'll get into the lineups just after that. So it's of course 1-1 going into tonight for Manchester City. They've got to win tonight. If it is to be a draw or a Leipzig win, they will be out. They do have home advantage, of course, though. And if it is to be, I believe it's 1-0 Inter in the other leg, though I will just check. But yeah, should be a good night of Champions League football. It is indeed. So there we go. That's all good to go. But yeah, we are only 7 minutes away from kickoff, so I think it is only fair we get into those lineups immediately. And for Manchester City, the home side we will start with, they line up in a 4-3-3. They will likely see that 3-2-4-1 that we often see them play. Ederson between the sticks, flat four, Stones, Akanji, Diaz, Ake. Out of there, I think you're more likely to see Ake invert. Then it's a midfield three of De Bruyne, Rodri and captain Ilkay Gundogan, Silva, Haaland, Grealish, your front three. Notable exclusions there. There's no Riyad Mahrez in today's side despite scoring in the first leg. No Phil Foden despite his form in the league. It's an interesting choice from Manchester City to drop both of those. I guess Rico Lewis is another one. He's done all right when called upon, but maybe they just prefer... Maybe Pep prefers having Ake in that role. I guess that makes sense if that's what he prefers. But yeah, overall, I think it is a very strong Manchester City team. As for RB Leipzig, they line up with Blažević between the sticks. Yanis Blažević stepping in for the still injured Petr Galaxy. I do think that's a weakness, but he did only concede one in the first leg. It wasn't really his fault. That was a bit of a defensive mishap from RB Leipzig. Flat four then of Benjamin Heinrichs. He looked excellent when he came on in that first leg. Willy Orban, the captain, Josko Gvardiol, highly rated young centre-half, and David Raum. It's a pivot of Haidara and Lima. Szoboszlai on the right, Forsberg on the left, Campbell in place of still injured Nkunku. He's picked up another injury now after returning from injury in the first leg. And then Timo Werner leading the line, the former Chelsea marksman. It's a strong Leipzig team. There is a chance Leipzig get something from tonight's game. That all they've got to do is turn up at the Etihad and pull off a performance. I don't see that as unimaginable, unfathomable. I think it genuinely could happen. But yeah, we are only 5 minutes away from kickoff, so please do get your predictions in chat. I already see Chelsea fan has got his in there, and Ryan Tune, welcome to the stream also with the classic high full stop. Great to see you, Ryan. But yeah, I think we're all good. We've got 5 minutes until kickoff. In terms of build-up, obviously in the first game, in the reverse fixture, we saw Manchester City struggle to really break down RB Leipzig. It was an RB Leipzig mistake defensively, which actually allowed City a route to goal, which, to be fair, Riyad Mahrez took it very nicely. And then, of course, they levelled RB Leipzig thanks to a Josko Gvardiol header from a corner. That could be where Leipzig hurt City once more. We know their danger from set pieces. They can win a couple. They can definitely do something against City tonight, though RB Leipzig might be put off by this brilliant light show at the Etihad. That is all City seem to have. But yeah, very impressive light show that they have now turned on all of the lights as we get prepared to get underway here. But yeah, I love a Champions League night. Absolutely love them. Second legs. These will decide who goes through to the quarter-finals. Would be brilliant to see Manchester City knocked out tonight. But I unfortunately do not see it happening. But yeah, should be a great night. Hopefully you can join us throughout it. And then yeah, predictions is probably where we should go next with the show. I'm thinking Manchester City are going to lose. It's a bit of a bold one, but I fancy going for it. RB Leipzig 1, Manchester City 0, Timo Werner goal, Leipzig 3. I genuinely think it could happen. I think Manchester City are incredibly strong, but RB Leipzig are capable of pulling off an upset, and I think they'll do exactly that this evening. As for the other game, Porto, the home side there, they host Inter. Inter obviously have that goal advantage. I don't think that goal advantage will matter much. I think it will be a 1-0 win for Porto in normal time, taking us to extra time, Porto win extra time. That's going to be my prediction for that game. So 2 upsets I'm going for tonight. But yeah, I'm either going to be right or just we're going to get the boring games. So hopefully I am right. But yeah, of course, if either game is to go to extra time and penalties tonight, we will be staying on, and Harry will be hopefully joining us for that, because I have absolutely no idea how to do the extra time thing. So yeah, hopefully he gets there by the time extra time rolls around, if it is necessary to decide these ties. But yeah, Chelsea fan says, XZ, where are you, bro? Yeah, I know, no XZ again here tonight, but hopefully we see him at some point during the stream. Already the Wi-Fi is struggling on the TV, but at least the stream is all right, and that is the most important thing after all. But yeah, hopefully Wi-Fi isn't too bad tonight. I know we had a few issues on Saturday, and apologies for that again. Hopefully tonight doesn't persist like that. I will quickly try and remedy the issue here, but yeah, considering we do have a little bit of time before kickoff. But yeah, any questions, stick them in chat as we get prepared, and I will look through these predictions as well. Now, Chelsea fan saying Manchester City will win 2-0. A comfortable City win doesn't seem that bold a prediction. I could definitely see it happening. I hope it doesn't. I think we'll be in for a bit of a boring evening, but it probably is likely. And Chelsea fan also predicting Inter will win 2-1. Yeah, again, fair enough. Inter are a very strong side, and anyone who is sensible will probably predict them to win. But I'm going against the grain of my predictions this evening, and I think we're in for some upsets. There's no Champions League upsets so far. Look at last year when we had Benfica and Villarreal reaching quarterfinals, and then Villarreal got to the semis, didn't they? Did a video on that. Check that out. That was out on Monday. We looked through the Champions League. Champions League underdog story is the best Champions League underdog story. So after this stream, if you've got 20 minutes, go check that out. But yeah, we've got no underdogs so far, so tonight could be the evening we start to see some underdogs emerge. I think these are ties that are very much in the balance. If you look at last week, they were all either comprehensive first leg victories or quite tight, but between two big sides. Whereas these are sides where you'd expect one team to win and have the advantage, but they're still close going into these second legs, especially Porto, who have home advantage in this second leg. As for tomorrow, we've got 2 games which are pretty much formalities, but we will be streaming because there is a chance that Liverpool pull off what would be a fantastic result if they are able to beat Real Madrid and, of course, Napoli and Frankfurt. Frankfurt need to come back from 3 goals down, the same as Liverpool do. So, obviously, Liverpool was 5-2 in the first leg, but yeah, 3 goals is the deficit. But yeah, make sure to get involved in chat if you are just tuning in. We've got a minute till kickoff now. So yeah, get involved. Let's keep the chat flowing tonight, because it is just me in the studio. I don't want to be lonely. It will get very lonely if we have no chat action. So please do get involved. Love hearing your thoughts as we go through the game. But yeah, we're about to get underway, so I will ready the scoreboards and all the sort of stuff over here as we prepare to get underway for tonight's games. They should say it both say 0-0. They do. Fantastic. We're about to get underway here. Get rid of the kickoff time. Get the timer ready. That is Ilkay Gundogan over the kickoff, and we do now get underway here for the first half. It's Manchester City versus RB Leipzig, the second leg of this Champions League round of 16 match at the Etihad. Ball goes wrong from City instantly. Haaland flicks it on, and it's out for an RB Leipzig goal kick. It's going to be an interesting point to see tonight how Yanis Blasvik gets on in goal for RB Leipzig. We saw in the first leg he made some really decent saves, but he's not their starting goalkeeper. He isn't the best goalkeeper at RB Leipzig. He's probably one of the worst goalkeepers left in the competition, but he put in a good performance in the first leg. If he can do that again, there's every chance Leipzig could keep a clean sheet, and they're coming forward dangerously here, like Leipzig. Timo Werner. Now it's Campbell, Haidara, and Gvardiol. Nice triangles here from Leipzig as they're building it up. City forcing them backwards, though. That's how their press is so effective, and they play a ball forwards. Leipzig cut out by Stones. Rob, welcome to the stream. Says, hello, Jack. Hello, Rob. Welcome, mate. And yeah, Haidara, he's won the ball there high up the pitch. Manchester City not being able to play out of the back successfully, and that's a nice ball forward from Campbell, but unfortunately Werner is in an offside position. Manchester City with the ball once more. I think City will dominate in possession tonight. It's going to be Leipzig in these transitional moments. If they can generate a few of them, if they can get Timo Werner, if they can get Dominik Szoboszlai in behind, there's definitely a chance they can hit City where they're just unable to get numbers back. But I think that's where they're going to be most dangerous. They're not going to be able to break down this City team too easily. But we've noticed in transition, City don't get back quickly. 4 votes in the poll and chat so far. The confidence for Manchester City winning tonight is sky high. 75% thinking Man City will win. 25% thinking Leipzig will come away with the victory. Of course, that is just for tonight. Obviously, Leipzig, well, yeah, to be fair, whoever wins will go on to, if anyone does win during normal time, they do go on to win the tie. So it's not applicable for tonight. But yeah, sometimes you can have a team win and still not go through. But yeah, and that is what the poll is just for the evening's game. Excited for football tomorrow, Jack? Yes, Rob, I am excited for football tomorrow. Ilkay Gundogan into Rodri. Rodri opens up his body really nicely and he finds Bernardo out in this wide area. De Bruyne, City coming forwards, ball in. Gundogan, and he needs to be taking that shot. He needs to be putting that shot on goal at least. He's just smashed over the bar. He needs to be making more of that. That is poor from Ilkay Gundogan. Lashes at that. Absolutely lashes it. Needs to keep that down. De Bruyne was onside. He plays it across the box. Unmarked at the back post is Ilkay Gundogan. But lack of composure there. He lashes at the ball and it's always rising. And that's an early chance for Manchester City that goes missing. And now Leipzig can play out of the back. Raum, Szoboszlai plays it round the corner. Werner uses his body really well, but then just passes it to John Stones. Not ideal that from Werner. Bernardo cuts inside. And he goes past Campbell. And he's still going now, Bernardo Silva. Such a brilliant player, Silva. Cross is stopped, though, by David Raum. Very good player, David Raum. Obviously, he was linked with a move to Chelsea. In the summer, Chelsea went for Marc Cucurella and he ended up at RB Leipzig, but still a fantastic player. And yeah, I think he's probably got a good future ahead of him. You imagine him staying at Leipzig for a couple of years, but it's not. Leipzig isn't the place where you spend your whole career, is it? I mean, look at Werner. I know he's back now, but was sensational for Leipzig. Ended up leaving, and I think similar other than Emil Forsberg maybe, who's never really got that move away. Most of them tend to move on. I mean, even Konrad Laimer, who starts tonight, will be leaving to join Bayern at the end of the season. Haidara. Forsberg holds up the ball nicely. Campbell looks to release Werner, but the pass is so poor from Kevin Campbell, and that's just not come off at all. But yeah. Orban. Cross now to Gvardiol. Gvardiol so composed in possession, obviously the young centre-half, mature beyond his age. And yeah, highly touted. He's touted with a move to Real Madrid. Obviously he was close to joining Chelsea last summer. That move fell apart though when Chelsea prioritised Wesley Fofana. Vlasic plays that ball forwards and that's over the top of literally everyone. That will run through to Ederson, who is quite far out from his goal. No surprise there, is there? Really, it's Ederson. It's what he loves to do. Ake, Diaz, back now with Ederson. Onto the stream, Alfie. Interesting first comment, but welcome regardless. And now Rodri has possession. He turns out and can come forwards. Haaland. Campbell makes a brilliant challenge, to be fair to him. Kevin Campbell, I thought he'd missed it there. But no, very good challenge and wins the ball back from Haaland. And now RB Leipzig have a bit of possession. Vlasic. One thing I will say about Jonas Vlasic is I've questioned his ability, but he looks really composed. For a Champions League quarter-final second leg, he looks incredibly composed on the ball. Gvardiol, well, that's less composed. His pass across the pitch goes between Orban and the right-back, Benjamin Heinrichs, out of play for a City throw. Can they make anything of this Manchester City? Grealish. Has the ball in his hands. He's taking his time about this. I think the referee will encourage him to get a move on soon. Grealish. Gundogan. Grealish, and that's put out of touch by Benjamin Heinrichs. Another chance for a throw now for Manchester City. But yeah, we will now have a momentary pause as the Wi-Fi's decided we need to pause for effect. Here is Jack Grealish with the ball in his hands once more. Throws it forward. Haaland uses his body so well to shield the ball from Willy Orban. Now it's with Grealish. Ake, ball in. Haaland misses it. Everyone misses it. Gvardiol clears it. Leipzig can counter. Watchalong gives chase, but I think Akanji's got there. He has indeed, Manuel Akanji. Zips it back to his goalkeeper, and the danger is averted. Gary Weissman, welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. Welcome, Gary. Great to see you. But yeah, we're doing to keep chat active tonight, guys. We'll appreciate if you guys keep up with the comments. I know it's been a lot early, but of course, I have no co-host alongside me. Harry is never here on a Tuesday. He said he will join us for the second half if it's a brilliant game, though. And if he gets back, of course. And he will join us for extra time because I, again, have no idea how to change the scoreboard to do that. Just tuning in, miss anything? Not really, Gary. It's been a slow build-up. Leipzig obviously don't want to allow City to do much. Gundogan really should have scored, to be fair. But he placed a shot over the bar. Other than that, not much miss so far. But yeah, Janis Blasvik in possession once more. Gvardiol, Orban. Very risky this from RB Leipzig, playing it around their own penalty area. But they've played out of the press very nicely. And then a poor ball forward from Heinrich completely ruins all their good work. But yeah, 7 votes now in the polling chat. Of course, make sure to vote in that if you haven't already. We're seeing a bit of a comeback for RB Leipzig. Everyone is incredibly optimistic that Leipzig can pull something off. 57% now think Leipzig will win tonight. 43% for Manchester City. Keep the votes rolling in. Harry is here now. Anything happened so far? Again, Gundogan missed a chance. Other than that, not a lot. Leipzig coming forwards now, though. Forsberg tries to turn out. Rodri does really well there, just to stop him in his tracks. And now City can build up from the back once more. And Aquilino Mackenzie, welcome to the stream as well with a thumbs up. Welcome, mate. Grealish. I feel Grealish is really too deep in this system to have an impact. Jack Grealish is a player that you want having those one-on-ones, taking players on, flying down that left wing. But he keeps getting these positions where he's got his back to goal and he's placed the way he's facing, so he just has to play it back to one of his teammates. So I think you're really wasting Jack Grealish by having him so deep. But the way City like to play in this 3-2-4-1, it does mean their wingers have to operate as wing-backs at times. And we're seeing that tonight. Stones is the one, by the way, that's slotted into midfield, into that 2 with Rodri, and then drops into right-back when out of possession. But, yeah. You say from Onana to deny Porto. That's what I'm saying. I think Porto will give into a really tough game. We know that FC Porto are a good side. They've got the home advantage. And into look a little bit poor going forward, it has to be said. I will just reset my coverage because so I've already had a few circles of doom. Thanks to our Wi-Fi. Is Phil Foden starting? Who's on the opposite wing? Phil Foden does not start. It's Jack Grealish and Bernardo Silva. Which I'm surprised about because Foden's been brilliant in the league. You'd expect to see him. And then Mahrez has been brilliant in the Champions League, so you expect to see him. But neither of them starts tonight. It's Bernardo Silva on the right. I'd have personally had Bernardo Silva a little deeper with Rodri and then had either Mahrez or Phil Foden out on that right-hand side. Then they offer you a little more going forwards. They do cost you, however, a little bit going back. So I think that's why they've put Bernardo in that role tonight, especially with Szoboszlai operating on the left wing. So yeah, so far it looks like Timo's operating on one wing. Looks like Timo's on the right at the moment. Forsberg through the middle and Szoboszlai on the left, but it is very fluid. And then Lima's the one pushing up the most out of Campbell and Haidara, but they've been moving around quite a lot. So, yeah, I think the press will be shared, the midfield press. And yeah, so Leipzig tend to press in this sort of 4-4-2 system where Forsberg and Werner will go up for the press and Campbell becomes a right winger. Haaland's in behind. Erling Haaland. That's huge from Janis Blasvik. The ball over the top. Haaland uses his body so well to just hold off the Leipzig defenders. But now City have another chance. Good challenge from Willi Orban to stop Jack Grealish. But yeah, Haaland, his first sniff at goal, takes a big stop from Janis Blasvik. It's actually with his feet. He's completely lost in the air. But yeah, his foot positioning is sensational there, the goalkeeper. And yeah, Haaland tries to take it round him and it doesn't work. I know, to be fair, he doesn't even take it around him. He tries to just smash in the direction of goal. It has to stretch to it, to be fair. But yeah, Janis Blasvik makes a good save. Classic Pep Roulette, indeed. You genuinely never know who's going to play. I've got Mahrez captained in my UEFA Gaming fantasy team tonight. Thought he would play considering the first leg. No. Pep just doesn't fancy it tonight. So, yeah. That's why you can't have any Manchester City players in any form of a fantasy football game. Because Pep will inevitably take them out. Leipzig trying to play out the back. They lose possession high up the pitch. Haaland now bodies Orban, and now it's back with Grealish. Grealish tries to play across, cut out, but Ake now has possession. Gundogan. The problem for Leipzig is they can't get the ball out. If they take it off someone like a Grealish or a Haaland, they just can't play through that Manchester City team at all. The press is so high instantly. It's impossible to play against. But if Leipzig can get through that line of press, then one ball over the top into Timo Werner, and it's a goal. Unless, obviously, Ederson manages to scare him off, which it is Timo. So I love Timo Werner, but a fly would probably deter him from running in on goal. But yeah, Haaland's terrifying when he's moving at that pace. Well, yeah, the ball was beyond him, and I still thought he's going to score this, isn't he? The ball was literally, he couldn't reach it, but it did, somehow. He's a freak of nature, Erling Haaland. And now De Bruyne's coming down this right ball into the box, and Blasvik claims well. But yeah, this is the game between two of the most hated sides in football tonight. Makes it hard for want either team to win, but considering I don't see Leipzig as a serious threat for the competition, I think I prefer to see Leipzig through. But yeah. 13 minutes played so far tonight. I think Leipzig will be happy with how it's gone so far. Yes, they've allowed City a few too many chances, which they could have done more with, but they've not conceded. So that is a massive positive. Manchester City are an incredible team. You've survived 13 minutes, and it's not like it's been goal line clearances and last minute blocks and loads of City misses. They have played well, Leipzig, but City, I imagine their possession stat is absolutely disgusting. I haven't got it handy, but if anyone in chat has got the possession stat, please do put it in. Please do put it in chat because I am intrigued. See what that is. And the poll in chat is now all square. 8 votes so far. 50% Manchester City, 50% Leipzig. So yeah, no one thinks we're going to extra time then. Interesting. Obviously, if Leipzig were to set up defensively, they could take this to 0-0 to the end, and then we go to extra time and penalties. So, yeah. Manchester City, Manchester Oil Barons versus Leipzig Energy Drinks. Yeah. Haidara, ball one, high up the pitch now for Leipzig. Szoboszlai goes to David Raum, out in a wide area, ball in, and it comes across the face of goal. Ederson claims it really well, but Leipzig, their first real chance of the game, won the ball up high up the pitch. Really should have done more with this. I feel like Forsberg should have been darting to that near post to try and turn it goalwards. I get lots of hate, I just don't get it. People are jealous of successful people, Chelsea fan. But also because nobody really wants to see a bloke be able to completely tear apart a league in the manner Haaland does. You know, when it was Messi and Ronaldo, it's all right because you're watching from afar, you're appreciating their quality, but also there's two of them. There's not another Erling Haaland. So unless Mbappe joins Liverpool, Haaland will have complete dominance over the Premier League probably for the next 10, 15 years. Unless he joins Real Madrid, of course. Or City get excluded. But yeah, nothing happened in the other game of the evening so far. I know Harry did mention that Onana was forced into a good save. But yeah, other than that, I've not heard anything from that other game. Yeah, that's not Clattenburg, is it? It doesn't ref anymore. It looks like Clattenburg from behind is reffing this game. But yeah. Rodri in possession now. City will look to build from the back once more. And now across to Akanji. De Bruyne. Akanji. I was asking for a possession stat. BT Sport have delivered the goods. 63% for Manchester City so far. Therefore 37% for RB Leipzig. Ake out on this left. Tries to put the ball in. Falls to Jack Grealish. And it takes a deflection. But it is out for a Manchester City corner. Big block there from Willie Orban. But yeah. Pulls to Jack Grealish. Orban just gets his leg in front of it. I don't know if Janis Blasvik was getting across to that. If not, but yeah. Crucial block there from Willie Orban. Just realised my mistake. Empty out, looking empty as ever. Is it? I know obviously it's a joke, isn't it? That no one turns up for Man City games. I've heard the reasoning before that like Champions League games they don't have many fans because it's in the middle of a working week, which I completely understand. Obviously, I don't know if Champions League games are in, what's the word? Like joined in with the season tickets. Man City corner, by the way, has resulted in nothing. Not that I could really see anyway. My picture went completely blurry, but yeah, I can see now that Nathan Ake has the ball in his own half though. City should quit hogging the ball and give the other team a chance. Where's the sportsmanship? The thing is, City genuinely would probably have more of a chance of scoring if they let Leipzig have the ball. Because the more Leipzig have it in their own half, the more they're trying to play against the City press, the more they're going to lose it high up the pitch and be completely outnumbered. But yeah, obviously City aren't just going to smash it long and wait for Leipzig to come at them all night. And Leipzig are definitely going to do that. Smash it long and just hope they don't concede. But yeah, Nathan Ake now on the ball for Manchester City. And he goes out wide. Here's Grealish. Now he can come forwards, Jack Grealish. Lays it back to Ake. Now Stones. And Stones can go wide and he finds Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva down the line. Kevin De Bruyne puts the ball in and it's straight at Janus Blasvik, but it's another good chance for Manchester City. They really do need to be making more of these though. Haaland's making the run on the box. Grealish at the back post. De Bruyne just puts it too close to Leipzig's shot stopper. Could be a long 90 for Leipzig. It certainly could. If Leipzig are going to get anything from this game, it's going to take a solid defensive performance. It's going to take Janus Blasvik not to do that. Absolutely atrocious from the under pressure goalkeeper. Bernardo applies the pressure from his right. He's forced to kick it out for a corner. I don't think that was his intention. He looked for Willie Orban, but the pass did not meet its intended target. Again, my internet baiting me there. But here we go, Manchester City corner. Could be a chance to get a goal here. They've definitely got aerial threat with Rodri, Haaland, Stones, Diaz all filling the box. Akanji as well on the goalkeeper. Grealish will take. That's not a bad ball. Met by the head of Rodri. Falls to Akanji. Blocked. It's moving around. It's flapping about the area. The Haaland now. It's just beyond him. Puts it across. Akanji misses. Campbell gets it away. And Leipzig avoid conceding from that corner. So they hold on to their clean sheet for now at least. But yeah, they got away with one there. They did not deal with that corner well enough. And yeah, City almost breaking the deadlock. But yeah, Rob, your message is so incoherent. I can't possibly make out what Ipswich Town reference you're trying to bring up tonight. Still no Galaxy. No, Peter Galaxy is still out. I think he's out to the end of the season for RB Leipzig, which does beg the question why they didn't buy a goalkeeper in Jan, or at least loan a goalkeeper in Jan. I guess they just wanted to show faith in Janus Blasvik. But yeah, I don't think he's Champions League knockout stage quality Blasvik, but he's not been bad tonight. He looked a little bit erratic in possession, especially when he's on his goal line. When he's got the ball on the edge of his 18-yard box and, he's not, there's no one really pressuring him. He looks composed, but you would be. It's whenever he has the ball in his own box. And they're going over to VAR, I believe, here. I think there's a claim for a handball, and this would be horrific for RB Leipzig. Just Manchester City's luck, isn't it? That does strike the arm of Benjamin Heinrichs, I think. I think that does. I think that should be given as a penalty. How do they not score there? Well, yeah, it was a goalmouth scramble. Here, Rodri heads it down, and it apparently strikes Heinrichs in the arm. Man City, he points to the spot, and they've been handed a penalty. Benjamin Heinrichs none the wiser to it. And that is an incredibly disappointing way for this deadlock to be broken. Man City awarded a penalty. No one was protesting it. I don't even think that struck his arm there. It looks like it's just gone past it. I think that's incredibly harsh. I don't think that's took enough of a touch. Never a pen, yeah. I agree with you there, Matteo. That one's baffled me. That definitely has not taken enough of a touch. The direction isn't changed. The pace on the ball isn't changed. It grazes his arm. Man City handed this penalty on a plate. And Leipzig did so well to hold on, and something completely out of their control will now hand Manchester City a penalty. And I imagine it will be Erling Haaland to step up and take this for Man City. He will indeed. Janis Blasvik going to try and get into his head. Of course, this won't be allowed come the new season. You're not allowed to tell the striker he's not going to score, apparently. That's the new FIFA ruling, but which doesn't make any sense to me. But tonight, he is allowed to try and put Haaland off. I don't think it will work. Haaland is a robot. He has no emotions. I'm not sure that's true, but yeah, Haaland. Don't come at me, mate. But yeah, he might have anger. Haaland from 12 yards here. Janis Blasvik is going to have to come up big here if he's going to keep maintain Leipzig's clean sheet from this first 20 minutes. Erling Haaland will step up for very much the referee making sure they're all in outside the penalty box, and that is in the back of the net. Erling Haaland steps up, slots it home. Blasvik wasn't far away from it, but it is in nonetheless. Erling Haaland scores. Manchester City 1, RB Leipzig 0. Completely unjustified, but they were handed a penalty and he's not made a mistake from 12 yards. RB Leipzig rightfully furious at that. Hopefully it can fuel some sort of comeback, and David Raum needs to be careful here because he's still complaining to the referee, and I don't think it's going to make any difference now. He's not going to undo the penalty. Yeah, Janis Blasvik almost got there, but Erling Haaland puts it right in the corner and out of the reach of the RB Leipzig goalkeeper. Leipzig fucked by VAR, indeed, Gary. Boring City. Chat, not a fan of that penalty and the manner in which Manchester City have taken the advantage tonight. Looking back now for Leipzig, but I don't think it is. Leipzig now can play without pressure. They can attack with a little more freedom. I don't know. Obviously, they won't want to concede again because that is night over. And they could concede very early here of Kevin De Bruyne. That's against the woodwork. Haaland heads home. It's 2-0. Game, set, match. Erling Haaland scores. And it's Manchester City 2, Leipzig 0. Their heads have absolutely gone there. Kevin De Bruyne from range thunders an effort against the crossbar. It bounces down to Haaland, who heads home with ease. And that is very much a long way back now for RB Leipzig. Got one goal. You could see them nicking something from a corner. But from 2 goals down, they're going to have to produce something of a miracle to get back in this one. Blasvik tries to encourage his teammates. I don't think it's going to be to any avail, but yeah. Haaland has a second. Manchester City have a second. And RB Leipzig look all but dead and buried. Akanji won it in his own half. He smashed it forward. Haaland knocks it down to De Bruyne. De Bruyne's effort is thundered against the crossbar. It falls to Erling Haaland from about 6 yards out, and he heads it into an empty net. But yeah, these are the moments City get so fortunate though. They get a penalty, which is quite lucky. But even this, where De Bruyne's shot is a miss, it falls perfectly for Erling Braut Haaland just to head it into an empty net. Nothing Janis Blasvik can do. And yeah, it's a disappointing way for RB Leipzig to concede 2, and that will probably be game over. And yeah, I will use this momentary pause in the game to reload the channel once more. Hopefully, the Wi-Fi can last more than 5 minutes for the rest of the game. Does mean we get to watch a couple of seconds of Porto Inter before that decides to pause on us. But yeah, Manchester City now moving the ball around the back, and they'll be keen to get a third already. The Wi-Fi struggling once more, but here we go. Bernardo Silva, Akanji. Leipzig need to get back into this game. They're all over the place at the moment. Their heads are gone. They're completely erratic. They're not focusing on the task at hand, and it's handing Manchester City this game on a silver platter. Grealish. VAR, Robert Manu, and now this become a joke. I have something to mention about City. What is it, Matteo? Yeah, is it that they paid the refs? Any chance? But yeah, De Bruyne 1,000 IQ using the crossbar to assist. Yeah, maybe he measured that actually he wouldn't score from that sort of range. So if he uses the crossbar, then he'll score. Change the score, by the way. Of course. I don't know how I've forgotten that for both the goals, but thank you for the reminder. Yes, it is 2-0 Manchester City now. Complete dominance over this tie. Yeah, hopefully this doesn't keep up. Hopefully Leipzig can pull something off, but I just don't see it happening. And you imagine now that is tonight's game over. But luckily we do have another game which we can keep tabs on. We'll probably switch to that second half if this game has another goal, or if we don't see any sign that Leipzig are going to turn it around. But yeah, Haidara, Forsberg, Szoboszlai tries to play the ball forward, does not get the ball forward to David Raum. They've got to keep their heads in this Leipzig. They can't stop playing, though they have to now because they're offside. But after this, they need to get their heads back in the game. Just get back to playing their system, get back to playing the way they want to play, not letting tonight's results have an impact. I just realised before Harry said, and the aggregate score, I need to change that as well when I looked over. But yes, it is of course now 3-1 Manchester City on aggregate, and they should be fairly comfortably through to the next round. Why did Leipzig insist on passing it around the back like a pound shot Barca? Going to bite them in the ass. Yeah. It is. That's where they've been caught out so far. Well, to be fair, have they been caught out yet? RB Leipzig. It's a penalty, and De Bruyne just smashed one at the bar from range that then fell to Erling Haaland's forehead. I don't think they've been caught out so far, Leipzig. They've been absolutely screwed in this game, and then they just weren't focusing following the penalty. And now we're looking at a game which is pretty much over. That's a nice ball forward from Gvardiol. Forsberg chests it down. He was definitely fouled, and the ref sees that now and pulls it back for a free kick. Convicted of over 100 FFP breaches, yet it's taking forever to punish City. Not going to lie, something just seems suspicious about how long it's taking to punish them. These procedures will always take time. When it's something as serious as allegations of cheating, they have to take all the due processes. Plus, I just don't think we will see an outcome to the City and Premier League fiasco until the end of the season. So any punishments will likely be going into next year. I don't think they'll punish them for this season. I think they would punish them going into next. I think they'd have to start next season with a minus points rather than taking away points this year. So yeah. It's like, I'd reckon they would start next year on minus 25 rather than take 25 points away from this total. Because the league will see it and go, well, if we take away 25 from City now, what does that achieve? Like, they're not winning the title at the moment. They're probably still going to get Europe, even if you take away 25 points. Probably still going to get Champions League. And they could win the Champions League anyway, giving them Champions League. So, you're better off waiting until next season than giving them minus 25 at the start. Not that he's to give the Sheikh a spanking. No, it is not. They will fight that as hard as they can, Man City. And it is snowing at the Etihad now. Is that an advantage for Man City because they're used to the conditions? Who knows? Klopp would certainly use that as an excuse. Burnley have a transfer embargo now. Yeah, that's all smoke, no fire, Matteo. It's due to them changing their auditing company. So the club that make sure they're not cheating, haven't handed in their report on time. But they will have that likely handed in by the end of the month, and then their embargo will be lifted. So yeah, a transfer embargo in March means nothing. You can't buy and sell players anyway. De Bruyne loses possession. Now Werner, Haidara goes in strong on Kevin De Bruyne. And now Conrad Lima tries to play down the line, and Ruben Diaz gets there and smashes it back the other way. Could the on perhaps Jackie be any bigger? I was going to make reference to that. I was like, oh, he looks like some wizard with the bald head and the snow falling around him and this ridiculously big hood. But yeah, I don't know. Got to protect that bald head. Indeed, that's where the magic happens. You won't want to get it too cold. You might, if Pep freezes, and then Man City just have to try and start the game without him. I mean, they'll probably still be all right. Because Leipzig show no signs of getting a goal back in this game, let alone two. Yeah. Blackpool 4-0 against QPR, 40 minutes played, lol. Well, QPR get one back. I saw that it was 3-0 after 14 minutes. So, yeah. Fair play to Blackpool. I thought QPR were alright. Haaland in behind. Big save from Jas Blasvik. That could have been 3-0 City and 3-0 Haaland. I had loads of suspense for that goal because my coverage, again, keeps going all over the place. But yeah, Manchester City Haaland getting his shot away, and Blasvik a strong right hand to deny the Norwegian man. I couldn't really think of a superlative there. It's all been said about Erling Haaland, hasn't it? You know, I don't think there's a single word that's not been used to describe Erling Haaland. He is simply immense. Even that one's probably been used, probably by me at some point. But yeah, here is Auburn. I don't know what on earth I've just seen him attempt. You have 2-0 down. You're playing around your own net half, and he's just tried a Rabona flick across to his right back. I don't know what he was thinking. That boggles me what he's trying to do there. Obviously, he loses the ball to Jack Grealish and then proceeds to foul the calf merchant. Well, Grealish sees it as a foul and Grealish is now down. He does clip him, to be fair. Willie Auburn starts to the back of the calf. He should be all right, Grealish, given the proportions, the immense proportions that his calves are. He should be absolutely fine. He does now get up. And get on with it. Man City free kick in a good position, though. The free kick was awarded. Good position for a potential third. I've seen Leipzig struggle to deal with defensive set pieces before. I would not be surprised if we see a similar problem here. Yeah. Leipzig. De Bruyne put this ball in. Leipzig preparing to clear it away. Ball in, and it's on the keeper, Blasvik. Manages to punch it away, and it's out for a corner. Another set piece of City, another chance to fill the box and try and just smash it in the back of the net. Timo nowhere to be seen. Yeah. I mean, Leipzig's entire attack have been nowhere. They've not got on the ball tonight. They've not been involved. The couple of times they have had the ball, it's definitely not involved Timo Werner. It's been out in wide areas. Man City take the corner. I don't know who's dribbling forwards. My screen is that blurry. But Leipzig, I can see now, do get it away. Szoboszlai takes it past De Bruyne. Can they counter here? Forced to go back on himself, but now he does dink that ball forwards. Timo Werner. Ederson's caught miles out of his goal, and he does foul Timo Werner. Is there potential for a red card here? He's booked Werner, I think. Has he genuinely just booked Timo Werner? I think that's what the ref may have done there for simulation. Ederson comes flying out. He has just two-footed Werner, completely out of control. Not Werner, sorry, Lima. Completely out of control. Last man. He's claiming he's got the ball. I think he's got to go here. The ref's only awarded a yellow. I cannot understand what's just happened there. It looked like it was a yellow to Werner. Werner was in front of him, so whether he was just pointing it to Ederson behind him or whether Timo Werner's been booked here, I have no idea. But they've not sent off Ederson. Timo Werner's been booked. Nothing for Ederson. And Manchester City have the ball. I'm stunned. Absolutely stunned. I need to see another replay, but Ederson did not get the ball there. Leipzig went out the pitch and Werner's completely missed the ball. And that's a big chance that goes missing for Leipzig. But I'm lost as to how on earth Ederson isn't walking off the pitch now. Lost. Because he's not. He's not won the ball. He's gone through a man. And Leipzig should have got a goal there. But yeah, I mean, as mentioned by you guys in chat, they are completely happy to help Manchester City out when no one's protesting it. But when Leipzig are actively protesting that Ederson should be sent off, they aren't even watching. I mean, I'm not going to start a conspiracy theory, but look into it, UEFA. Mind you, it's probably UEFA that accepted the bribe, isn't it? Following in FIFA's footsteps. But yeah. Most people are now ban them. I can't believe. I mean, Leipzig have been completely screwed over by a Manchester City penalty that was unjust. And now Ederson has gone through someone. The last man, I will add. And no card is brandished. Very much onside is Conrad Lima. No ball. He wins none of the ball. That should be a straight red. 100% should be a straight red for Edison Moraes. I can't believe he's still on the pitch. It's criminal from the refereeing. It's actually criminal that that's not been given as a red card. And a free kick for RB Leipzig, of course. The ref should be investigated, check the ref's bank account. Indeed. Because how on earth the refs look at that and go, yeah, we don't need to check that. Why don't you check that? It's not like he's gone through someone. He said he's got the ball. He's probably got the ball. Joke. And Grealish has gone down near the penalty area. I wouldn't be surprised if they award a pen. It was outside the box, but you never know. With this set of officials, Ilkay Gundogan in a good position and he skies it once more. But Manchester City riding their luck in this game. They're 2-0 up, but they should have a goalkeeper sent off and they shouldn't have had a penalty. They are absolutely favouring Manchester City so far tonight. Over here we're dealing with Barca and refs, but English teams never get investigated for it. No, I don't. Yeah, I mean, you only really get investigated if there's serious allegations. I don't think they investigate them because I'm fuming they've not awarded a red card. But I'm baffled. I'm sure we'll see a statement from UEFA. I know we saw it from PG Mole or whatever the refereeing thing is in England, where they have they've in the past said, sorry, yeah, we made a mistake there. I'm sure we'll see something from UEFA because how on earth they've not awarded a red card for Edison there? Clueless. Because Pope, I know obviously Pope handled the ball in that situation, but it's a similar, erratically coming out, completely missing the ball, that you know, resulted in him being sent off and missing a cup final. Edison should be off there. Also, De Bruyne has just stamped on Raum's foot and won a free kick. I'm lost as to what on earth is going on tonight. Genuinely, Haaland could take a shit on the pitch and the ref would go, well, there's nothing in the rulebook, so play on. Like, what on earth is going on here tonight? Oh, and De Bruyne takes it quickly. Gundogan. It's a big save from Yannis Blasvik that. I thought it was going to fall to Haaland and I was going to have to say, oh, I've done it again. But alas, Leipzig live to fight on in this game. Gavardio. Forsberg. Werner holds it up well. Oh, sorry, that's Forsberg holding it up well. I've got to make sure between Forsberg and Campbell earlier in the play. Szoboszlai. Still, City will never win the Champions League there. Well, if they pay the refs enough, they might. If they continue doing this sort of stuff. Oh, by the way, the timer is about 15 seconds out, but I'm able to watch it without many interruptions at the moment, so we'll stick with it. Welcome to the stream, Sering Vang Jarl. Apologies if I've mispronounced your name there. Please do inform me of how to say it correctly if I've got that wrong. The match is paid off by City. How is that not record? And how did it not get a VAR check? Exactly what I'm saying. Baffled. Edison should not be on the pitch. He completely misjudges it, goes through Conrad Lima, gets none of the ball, and he is the last man. In my books, that's a straight red. I've only seen a couple replays at full pace. Maybe if you look at a slowed down one, you'll see a different story. But from what I've seen so far, that's 100% a red card. And the fact we don't even have a VAR check is what, you know, annoys me even further. Because that 100% should be a Manchester City red card. And on top of that, we've had a penalty in this game where it barely touched Heinrich's arm. If at all. In fact, it didn't change the direction, the speed of the ball, so it did not impact play in any way whatsoever. But, of course, a penalty is awarded to Manchester City, and it could have been 3 there, from a free kick where De Bruyne stamped on a Leipzig player. But because De Bruyne went down holding his foot, he wins the free kick. Honestly, it's impossible to make sense of these refereeing decisions so far. And 6 minutes to play in this first half. Leipzig were just hoping to get into the break at 2-0. Marco Rose, we're hoping he can get them into the break 2-0 and, you know, pick the mood up a bit. Because I think at the moment Leipzig will be feeling a little bit hard done by, and rightfully so, because at every opportunity the referees have screwed Leipzig tonight. Haaland could hit someone, VAR would say it's okay. Like, literally, they probably just go, well, it was unintentional. He didn't mean to just punch him in the face. But, yeah. It was a yellow in a critical situation, so it's totally eligible for a red card. Check, and even the yellow was given to Werner. Yeah, I know, for simply complaining about it. The ref should make it so obvious he's getting paid. Yeah. If we see him and Pep conversing in the in the tunnel later. We know exactly when it's over. It's how many figures are going in the referee's bank account. Gundogan turns and plays it to John Stones, and now it's back to Nathan Ake, and City will look to build out from the back once more. 4 minutes left of this first half. City with a strong advantage now. It's going to take a huge comeback from RB Leipzig in the second half, but they do have still 45 minutes to find 2 goals. It isn't unheard of. It's not like they've got to win 4-0 or something. They've got to get 2 goals to take us to extra time. But yeah, of course, there is another game going on in the Champions League this evening. FC Porto versus Inter Milan. Nothing seemingly going on there. I've heard nothing. If anyone in chat is keeping tabs on that game, please do keep us up to date because, for football, only tell me if there's been a goal or anything mental like that. They don't tell me if, like, Lukaku's booted it out of the stadium, which seems more likely than him scoring. But 12 votes in the poll and chat now. The favour is with Manchester City. 58% think the citizens will see it out from here. Considering their 2-goal advantage, I think they most likely will. And then 42% thinking Leipzig. Absolutely no one thinks we're headed to extra time. I did write draw versus extra time though, so maybe that's on me there. But yeah. City coming forward. I think that's John Stones in a high position, playing it out wide. Grealish. I'm purely guessing, as my screen has got fuzzy once more. Here's Rodri. Plays it forward. Gundogan back now to Diaz, and it's with Rodri. Gundogan. Ake. And now City can come forwards. Nathan Ake. Knocks it out wide. Jack Grealish takes it in a stride. Can cross. It's cut out by Orban, though. And Manchester City, well, I thought Leipzig would be playing it out. Man City win the ball high at the pitch, though. Ake. Grealish. Rodri. Now City can come forward again. De Bruyne plays it through to Nathan Ake. Can he get the ball into the box? Haaland can't quite get there. Brilliant job from Josko Gvardiol to stop him there. Heinrichs loses possession. High at the pitch now. Rodri tries to give it to Gundogan, but that's brilliant from Haidara to win it back. And now he can find Szoboszlai out wide. Szoboszlai. To Werner. Don't know why Diaz is claiming Stones is claiming offside. Definitely wasn't. Flag now goes up. Werner was offside, but the ball, when he didn't receive the ball, he came back onside to receive the ball. I didn't see anything wrong with that, but John Stones and the linesman, unsurprisingly, did. But yeah. We are only 2 minutes away from half-time now. I think we're likely going to head into the break with the same scoreline. I don't really see anything changing in this game in the next minute, except maybe City scored a third. If they keep it as it is, I still have faith Leipzig could do something. I don't know though. Leipzig with a throw now. I mean, if they could get a goal before the break, that would be huge. Take the momentum into the half and come out with it with a bit more positivity, a bit more optimism that the second half could bear a much greater result. Szoboszlai. And now it is with Campbell. And Gvardiol finds Willi Orban now. And it's back now with Blasvik and Man City, and RB Leipzig can build up from the back once more. Blasvik tries to find David Raum up part of the pitch. Bernardo. Rodri. City can come forwards. They look so dangerous every time they're in possession, Manchester City. This is the ref who did United over last season in the Champions League. Interesting, that. Maybe he's a massive Man City fan. Haaland, ball fed through to him, and that's centralised, and Gvardiol deals with it well, and offside anyway. First thing I think that's gone against Manchester City tonight. We do have 2 minutes of additional time for the first half. I think that's fair. We have had a VAR check, haven't we? For when Man City were awarded a penalty. Of course, none for when it should have been a red card for their goalkeeper. But, yeah. We have had a VAR check, so that's probably where most of that 2 minutes has been added up from. So, yeah. Ball played forward. Werner misses it. And now Akanji goes to Diaz. Diaz plays it forward. It's cut out by Heinrichs, and Heinrichs tries to give it to Lima. Cut out once more, and now City will come forwards. De Bruyne squares it, cut out by Gavardio, out for a City corner, chance for a goal late in this first half. First half summary, referee 2, Leipzig 0. Yeah, the 13 men of Manchester City have dominated, unsurprisingly. 14 isn't it, two linesmen, but yeah. And now Jack Grealish can take another corner. 50 seconds left. This would be a chance to really put the nail in Leipzig's coffin. Grealish, ball in, and it's in the back of the net. It's Manchester City, 3-0. And that's game over, isn't it? Ruben Diaz heads home. I thought maybe Man City would just let off with the scoring until half-time. Alas, they've added a third. I think it was Ruben Diaz, and that is a massive disappointment. I barely saw the goal, as that's when my TV decided it didn't want to show us the game much anymore. In as little pixels as possible. But yeah, ball gets floated in there, and Diaz just manages to head it home. Blasvik should do better. Heinrich should get there. I think it's actually an Erling Haaland hat-trick. Diaz actually, his shot is saved by Blasvik, bouncing across the line. No one can get to it. Is it in before Haaland turns it in? No. Haidar actually scoops it off the line, but into the oncoming Erling Haaland. So that is Haaland's hat-trick. That's a shame, that. 3-0 Man City could be a case of how many this game. Yeah. It very much could be. But yeah. Haaland gets his third. City have their third. And it's another unjustified goal. And Manchester City going to the break. 3-0 up. Massive shame. I genuinely don't think they deserve any of their goals. Maybe you can make a case that they would have eventually scored in the first half, considering the pressure they put on Leipzig. But other than that, I can't see how any of those of the other two goals were justified. But yeah, they probably would have scored one in this first half eventually. Yeah, bit of a shame, but it does give us something to talk about at the break at least. Manchester City have got quite the luck in this first half, and as Gary Weissman says, could be a case of how many this game. I think we might switch. It depends on what you guys in chat want. We might switch at half time to the Inter-Porto game, just because that is a game where with the fate of the tie is very much in the balance and not already decided upon. But yeah, other than that, first half, City dominated, didn't they? And I've just lost internet. I don't know if the Wi-Fi card is in here. If not, if Harry is still in chat, could you deliver me the Wi-Fi? I don't know, we're all right now. Don't worry about it. But yeah. We'll be interested what pundits have to say at half-time on the dodgy calls. Did you catch the pre-match? Who's on the panel tonight? I didn't know. Should we have a guess? I wasn't really paying attention. There's so much other stuff going on. I don't know. Who would BT get on a Man City panel? Probably just Rio, isn't it? But yeah, Man City Leipzig is pretty much a foregone conclusion now, so we might switch over to Porto Inter, and the Wi-Fi's now decided it's not fancying being good. Oh, there we go. Fantastic. But yeah, we'll be interested in what the fans have to say. Yeah, well, it depends which ones doesn't, and the Wi-Fi is now back to not doing anything. Brilliant. Again, guys, apologies for whatever reason the Wi-Fi is really not enjoying streaming at the moment. But yeah, I don't know if that's something to do with me trying to change the Wi-Fi so I can actually see the game. I will change it back. But yeah, apologies for that minor blip on Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi's gone on strike due to the poor effing. Yeah, maybe the Wi-Fi's fuming. It can't believe City have been handed the game in this way. But yeah. 14 votes in the poll and chat, by the way. 64% Manchester City, 36% RB Leipzig. And absolutely no one thinking that we will have this game going beyond the 90 minutes. But yeah. That's the current state of play. And I think you chat probably correct there. I don't think we're going to see another goal in tonight's games. But yeah, I don't quite know what Wi-Fi I'm connecting to. There we go. That should be alright. The Wi-Fi seems to be back. Fantastic. Oh, and now the Wi-Fi from the PlayStation's gone. Well, we'll leave that. We've still got a couple of minutes until the second half gets underway. But yeah, as I say, please do tell us what you want to see in the second half. But yeah, in terms of thoughts on the first half, RB Leipzig really didn't get going at all. They're under pressure for most of the game, and eventually that pressure resulted in them giving away a penalty. That wasn't intentional penalty. They didn't put in a bad challenge or, save a shot, but they did. It was probably a handball, though I think even then it was harsh. But yeah, sort of an unavoidable one. Back in a few, going to grab a bit of scran. All right, see you in a bit, Gary. But yeah, and then of course the second goal, before the controversial Ederson moment. Second goal by RB Leipzig, after they conceded, just completely switched off. De Bruyne thunders one across the crossbar, falls on Haaland's head, and he heads it into an empty net. And then the final of the goals from a corner, Diaz heads home. But yeah, controversial. Well, he doesn't go down, does he? He heads, misses, and then Haaland pokes another one home. But the controversial topic of the first half: should Ederson have been sent off? A new replay on that Ederson tackle. They still haven't shown it. Yes, I should definitely get the coverage ready for that, because I do want to see it slowed down, whether my opinion changes, but I don't think it will. I think it is just a situation where it should have been a red card. Ederson completely missed the ball, got all of the man, should have been a red card. It seems now that whenever I load up the game, the Wi-Fi completely goes. Brilliant. But yeah, welcome to the stream, Nick Nack. It has been a while. Welcome back to the stream, mate. And Gary is back again. Fantastic. Please do bear with the Wi-Fi. I'm hoping it will stabilise soon. It's not. I'm just getting traffic lights at the moment. Big between green, yellow and red on OBS. But we're green. In fact, orange. But yeah, welcome, Nick Nack. It's been an interesting first half. I've mainly been watching a blurry screen, and now when I've tried to fix it, it's completely mudded the stream Wi-Fi as well. But you should be able to still hear me, even if the picture is a little blurry. So that's a positive at least. But yeah, everything City does today is invalid after that decision. It's totally paid off. Yeah, well, I again, not going to go into the conspiracy, or maybe City paid the refs, but it was a very weird call from the referee not to even investigate the Ederson red card. How's things with you? They're pretty good, Nick Nack. Yeah, been doing all right recently. We've been making a lot of content recently. It's been good. And yeah, another Champions League night where we get two usually brilliant games of football. Although tonight we are a little sparse on the good football. But yeah. Oh, Harry must be at football training. Yes, Harry, as usual, was at football training. I think he might be back now, which might be why the Wi-Fi's been completely muddy. He's probably got home and decided to. I don't know what he's watching. Probably decided to put on as many different devices as possible, but yeah. But yeah, other than that, other than the Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi's been a massive issue the last week. I don't know what it is. Just doesn't enjoy it. It's back to being annoying now. But yeah, we had this problem last year. It sort of worked itself out during the winter, but now it's back to being horrific again. But yeah. But yeah, they went into another commercial without showing that controversial moment in the game. I might see if I can. Going back to the TV studio now, so hopefully they show it. We can break it down on here, but yeah. If they don't, I'll try and find a clip of it, but yeah. And in that Blackpool QPR game, I know we mentioned it earlier, but it's now 5-1 Blackpool. Insane. And also, Fabrizio just tweeted, obviously he is a massive fan of Erling Haaland, 31 goals in 25 Champions League games. He is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But it was dodgy as you like, wasn't it? Well, that's the territory of watching Manchester City. You're going to get dodgy penalty calls. You're going to get red cards that should be but won't be. And yeah, that's how it tends to go. I also forgot to update the scoreboard as well. Not been sharp on the scoreboard this evening at all. So apologies for that. It took Harry coming in chat and reminding me earlier. And yeah. 3-1, it looked like Leipzig could do something in the second half. 4-1 though, I just don't see anything happening. Yeah, are you on the mango juice, Jack? No, this is pink lemonade. Not mango, unfortunately. I don't have any. I don't have any mango juice. But yeah, and again, apologies for the lag at the moment, guys. I don't know how to fix it. Usually Harry does some weird techie things, and it tends to just not be as horrific. I don't know how to do weird techie things. So yeah, apologies. We are just going to have to put up with it. Flicking between green and red. Hopefully it stays green for more than it is red. And yeah. Now going back through the penalty call now, but I'm fairly sure that wasn't a pen. I don't think it made enough contact with Heinrich. Yes, it probably does graze his arm, but when it makes such minimal contact that it does not change the pace of the ball, does not change the direction of the ball, I can't see how it's awarded as a penalty, considering it didn't look like it touched his arm, really. And the second goal was just Leipzig being completely switched off after they conceded. Completely switched off. So that was disappointing. Don't worry, we can hear you okay. Yeah, that's the main thing, isn't it? You can hear me. But I was trying to fix the Wi-Fi on my screen because I can barely see the game for half of the game because it's been so blurry. So I tried to fix it and that mudded the stream. So I'll have to put up with the blurriness. I can generally make out Erling Haaland. He's big enough and probably the one that's just headed it in the back of the net. Oh, they're not even showing the Edison moment, by the way. They're just doing City's goals. So that's good. I'm hoping they will do all the goals and then cut back to the Edison moment and not just completely forget it happened. But yeah, all right at the moment. Thank you, Harry. Yeah, I don't really know how to fix the Wi-Fi. But yeah, hopefully it fixes itself. We'll try and work on it. Obviously, after tomorrow night, we don't have a stream for a week, so hopefully we can use that time to try and work out what is wrong with our Wi-Fi. I think Champions League nights are worse when it's just me because we have to have it set up in a slightly different way so that I have it right here so I can access it. Usually we have it over there and Harry can just go offset and do it. So I do think Wi-Fi is a lot worse on Champions League nights. Not a lot we can do about that, unfortunately. But yeah, that's why you should become a member today, because the more members, the closer we are to being able to afford even better Wi-Fi that doesn't make us shake on stream. Porto versus still on a knife edge. This is what I was asking in chat earlier. Should we switch over and watch the other game in the second half? Because I'll be honest, I don't see Leipzig scoring 3. If they get 1, then maybe we'll go back to it. But I'm thinking I'll probably switch over and watch Porto Inter in the second half because that game is very much still in the balance. Though while it's half time and the Wi-Fi is being all over the place, I'm just gonna. When something doesn't work, turn it off, turn it on again. I'm gonna try that. You never know. But yeah, Porto Inter, looking at the battle of Jose Mourinho's former sides has very much been a tight one so far, seemingly. I mean, I've not been watching the game, but no one scored. So generally that means it is a tight game. So yeah, hopefully when we switch on, it's still going to be a good game and Inter don't instantly score like 5 goals. But yeah, I wouldn't mind if you switch games. Yeah, I probably will then. Because it's just going to be a more interesting game. Championship action as well on this evening. I've just seen that Swansea have scored against Millwall. But it's only a consolation at this point. Millwall 2-1 up. Could do with Swansea winning that as a Luton fan, because that would just give Luton a bit of breathing space to 5th in the league. Obviously, this would mean that Millwall would be level on points with Luton, though Luton do play Bristol City tomorrow evening. So yeah, Championship action going alongside this as well. Championship, Champions League, pretty much the same thing, aren't they? Same quality at times. To be fair, you're more likely to see a 6-0 game in the Championship or the Champions League. Probably the Champions League. Equally, that is usually an aggregate. But to be fair, it was Real Madrid 5, Liverpool 2 the other evening. So yeah, is Lukaku playing? I don't know. I haven't seen the lineups. I could read them out before the second half. I'm now just putting back on the game. But yeah, and hopefully the Wi-Fi magically fixes itself before the second half, and then we'll all be buzzing. But yeah, I will quickly go and find the lineups for the Inter Porto game. Lukaku does not start. Into line up with Onana, back three of Darmian, Cherby and Bastoni, flat five of Dumfries, Barrea, Çalhanoğlu, Mkhitaryan and Dimarco across the middle. Captain Martinez leads the line with Edin Dzeko. Then as for the home side, Porto, I don't know why I've done it this way around, but we're doing it now. Diogo Costa in between the sticks, highly rated young Portuguese goalkeeper. Flat four then of Pepe Cardoso, captain Ivan Marcano, no, it's Ivan Marcano, close enough, and Zaidu Sanusi. Four across the middle is a Staquio, Grujic, Uribe and Nicolas Galeno. No, Wenderson Galeno. Really getting the first names wrong here when I'm guessing them. And then of Evan Nilsson and Mehdi Taremi leading the line for Porto. But yeah, so far no goals in that game. Hopefully when we switch it on, instantly the game becomes a classic.